Number 42, Joey Robinson. Number 44, Jerome Mintz. We'll get to the Johnson boys, coached by Ken Martin here. Seth Vining's East Hall boys come in at 0-1. Johnson comes in at 0-2. Number 12, Daryl Higgins, 6'1" junior. Number 30, Brooks McFarland, a 5'11" junior. Number 32, Casey Martin, a 6'2" sophomore. Number 34, Greg Odell, a 6'2" senior. Number 40, Jeff Crisp, a 6'3" junior. Shaking some hands, high fives all around, and we're just about ready to tip it off here. Coming to you from Johnson. Yeah, both of these teams, Larry, you're right, are searching for their first win. Should be an interesting evening, and the girls' game sure was.
Well, as I say, Gary, when you go cross-county, anytime you play cross-county teams, and even though it may not be a region game, you got some people fighting for bragging rights because a lot of these people know each other from around local malls or whatever. So you're going to have a good ball game when you go cross-county.
All right. Ready for the center jump here.
Troy Jowers jumping for East Hall.
Yep. Jowers against Crisp.
And Jowers wins the tip.
And it's controlled by the Vikings of East Hall. Javon Banks, that we thought wasn't even going to play very much, has started.
Jowers goes inside for the first basket for East Hall.
Jowers puts him up 2-0. Battle for, finally coming away with it. Johnson, but they can't get it to fall. They say it was off of Carpenter. No, I'm sorry, it was off of Johnson. So
East Hall will retain.
Yeah, East Hall retains possession. It must have been off of Higgins. Carpenter will bring it down the court for the Vikings. Gives it off to Jacobs. Carpenter on the dribble. 2-0. East Hall. Banks.
Johnson in a moving 3-2 zone.
Jowers. They get it. They're just working it around the perimeter. Finally, Carpenter pulls up. Knocks it down from about 16 or 17, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Vikings.
And I'll look for him to post Carpenter up all night long because he has a nice jump shot.
Now they work it into the big guy, Banks. Banks puts him up 6-0 as Johnson cannot convert on their end of the court. Johnson with a fairly young team. East Hall is 3 out of 3 from the field, Larry. 6-0 lead, can't beat that right now.
Well, they've got some talent on that East Hall ball club.
Johnson moving around, trying to get the good shot. They get it down inside, and pull it back outside, and finally, the scoring slump is broken by Jeff Crisp. 6-2 in favor of East Hall.
Of course, Gary, when you got a coach like Seth Vining, you're going to have some good players.
All right, some hustle at the other end. Casey Martin comes down and slaps it out of bounds, but it would have been a sure two for the Vikings. But some good hustle by Martin. Johnson's only shot it twice. They hit one of those. Banks from three-point land, and it's 9-2. Banks has some patella tendonitis. Lost some leg strength. Says about 85%. They probably will play him in spurts, Seth Vining told Jeff Hart before the game. Right now, that spurt looks pretty good. Turnover. Carpenter gets it. Converts on the other end. But the man who made the turnover happen was Joey Robinson, number 42, so give Robinson some credit. He stole the ball away. 11-2, favor of the Vikings. East Hall has yet to miss from the field. And now a foul is called down low.
On Joey Robinson.
Robinson picks up the foul, so Crisp will go to the line, and it'll be a two-shot foul. First time I believe either team has been to the line tonight.
First team foul.
5 minutes, 13 seconds left to play. First quarter, 11-2, East Hall. Vikings trying for a sweep over here tonight. Lady Vikings were way down and battled back to take a 3-point win. Crisp converts. Now we have Troy Kidd checking in for Seth Vining's Vikings. All right. Crisp makes it 11-4. Banks in 2 minutes and 47 seconds has 5 points. Jowers drives, gives it over to Robinson, won't go. Rebound is controlled by Odell. Crisp puts it up, but won't go because he walked. That's East Hall's first miss down here at the other end from the field. Kidd drives, won't go because he's fouled.
And I believe y'all call that on Greg Odell, his first team foul.
You are correct, Mr. Lynn. It is on Odell. First team foul, 11-4, 4:46 left to play first quarter. Now East Hall with a chance to pad that 7-point lead.
And Troy Kidd just checking in, gets his first attempt at the line.
Which he misses, so it stays 11-4. Carpenter gives him some words of encouragement, so Kidd will try to put it up again. He's good, 12-4. By the way, Crisp has all 4 of Johnson's points, and Crisp drives again, but it won't go. Gets his own rebound, still won't go. 2 tips at it, and it still won't go. And I believe
tipped out
it was Jowers who hit it last.
Which actually was a good heads-up play to keep the ball from being scored from down under.
Drive by Higgins. Johnson's 1 out of 4 from the field. Whoops, Odell misread the cut.
Not only that, but I think that Brooks McFarland was just fooled by Greg Odell, thought Greg was going to shoot it.
Anyway, he missed the connection there. Johnson, by the way, has 3 turnovers already.
Greg being open on that last shot, I think I probably would have taken it on up.
Carpenter on the running jump shot, and he's good. Hey, this kid can shoot the ball, 14-4.
Lead the score with East Hall with 6 points.
Casey Martin holds it high, gives it off. Now Martin shoots from 3-point land. Carpenter, by the way, I said he could shoot right now. He's perfect from the field. He's 3 out of 3. East Hall bobbles a little bit. Nard Malone has checked in for the Vikings. We understand that he's been under the weather a little bit. Some sort of illness or malady or something. 14-7. The score is doubled. It's in favor of East Hall. We have about 3.5 minutes left to play here, first quarter. Stolen away. Look at Carpenter.
Oh.
Won't go. Missed the layup. Tip on the second tip by Joey Robinson.
And is he all of a sudden a lot of presence inside, really letting people know he's inside.
Fall for Crisp off the glass. Tell you what, there's a battle there. It came off of Jowers' fingertips. 16-9 in favor of East Hall. Carpenter drove the lane and had a foul. Had a foul.
I believe they're going to call that on Higgins. His first foul, second team foul for Johnson.
That's some substitutions. Jeremy Lott is checked in for the Vikings. Robinson will sit down. Shooting his kid, won't go. Rebound Crisp. Also had some substitutions for Johnson. Let's see if we can pick those up. Lamar Hayes is checked in for the Knights.
Stepped out of bounds down in the corner.
By the way, we talked about what Crisp has done for the Knights of Johnson. He's got 3 out of their team's 5 rebounds. He also has 6 out of their 9 points. Jowers. Up Malone. No, won't go. Kidd. And he's hammered.
Inside, you can probably pick a couple who made contact with him. And they'll call that on Jeff Crisp, his first foul, 3rd team foul.
2.5 minutes exactly left to play first quarter. 16-9 East Hall.
Kidd at the line, second time, he's 1 for 3.
So it stays 16-9. It stays 16-9. Rebound by Banks, won't go. McFarland clears it. Brooks drives, tries to get off to Crisp, intercepted by Kidd. Pass back into Malone. And we had a whistle.
I believe the ball was just blown dead.
Yeah, it wasn't a foul or anything. It was just blown dead for the ball. You're right. McFarland. Now, a turnover.
Good play by Kidd to force that turnover.
Casey Martin couldn't find the right man to throw it to. Johnson has a 6'2" rebounding edge. But they also have 5 turnovers. Spinning move by Jowers, won't go. Rebound Banks, yes. Offensive rebound and board, and he's got 6 points. 2 minutes now to play here first quarter. Excuse me, he has 7 points. Fired it in to McFarland. Crisp loses a handle on the drive, but they maintain possession because they say it skidded off somebody in the goal. Now look, here come the original starters back in. Lott and Malone come out. Also McFarland comes out for Johnson, I think. Yep, they bring him out. Banks has 2 rebounds, both offensive. Off the glass, won't go, but the stick back by Crisp is good.
He's leading Johnson with 8 points. Wide open inside.
Yep, Johnson won't. Robinson rather couldn't get it to fall.
And Robinson picks up his 2nd foul.
All right, all kinds of people running in and out of the ball games now, so we can pick up these other substitutions. All right. Well, East Hall did it to me, I think.
East Hall applying pressure.
Yep. Crisp on the drive, puts it up, won't go. Shot bothered by Banks, gets his own rebound. Banks cleared it. Long shot by Banks, won't go. Crisp runs it down. Inside of a minute to play now. Crisp gets it, the pass from Higgins. That last miss, by the way, by Banks was his first miss. We got a foul there.
And it's going to be on number 23, Kenny Stevens for Johnson. His first foul, 14 foul.
By the way, very, all right, the driving layup
Daniel Jacobs
by Jacobs. East Hall has put in the big guy, Adis Hadžijusovic. And don't ask me to say that a whole bunch of times tonight. Crisp knocks it down from the free throw line, 20-13, East Hall. And the man turns it in, throws it in, Hadžijusovic. Robinson drives, won't go.
Offensive foul.
His 3rd already. Robinson has picked up his 3rd foul.
That is a key foul because Robinson, he has 2 points in the ball game for East Hall.
All right, Higgins gives it over, turns it over, and that's the end of the quarter. Well, an interesting first quarter here. And so far, it's been pretty well dominated by the guys in goal. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Your score at the end of one. East Hall 20 and Johnson 13.
This is an important message for U.S. veterans discharged after 1940. Whether you served during peacetime or war and are currently age 50 to 69, call this toll-free number now for free, no-obligation information about a veterans-only term life plan that costs just $1 a week. These veterans' life insurance benefits are guaranteed never to go down, and they are available at the guaranteed rate of just $1 a week. There is no waiting period. Benefits are paid from the first day of coverage. Call this number now for free information about this $1-a-week veterans-only life plan. Remember, only veterans, their spouses and widows, age 50 to 69 qualify for this offer. Term life insurance for $1 a week. Don't wait. Call this toll-free number now for free information from Veterans Life Insurance Company.
Up top, Randy Nichols shooting it. Our officials tonight, Doc Sisk, Warren Hardy, and Stanley Bell.
And have done a really good job tonight.
They've let them play a couple of times, haven't they? They really have. First quarter stats we'll get to in just a moment. Right now, deep in the corner. Shot by Johnson's Kenny Stevens won't go. Now Kidd. Stolen away by Chris, but stolen back by Kidd. Well, I tell you what, they're pushing one another over there, aren't they?
Jowers couldn't quite make the handle on it, but they are really battling.
Jowers and Lamar Hayes had a real good battle going on over there, but they say it goes the way of the Knights of Johnson. Johnson in the gray and blue, East Hall in the yellow gold and trimmed in the black and white. Now Hayes drives, shot was bothered, won't go. Mintz.
And they're going to call that on Lamar Hayes, I believe, and that'll be his first foul. 15th foul.
In the first quarter, Johnson was 5 out of 10 from the field, 50%, 2 out of 2 from the line, that's 100%. Crisp was 4 out of 8 from the field, 2 out of 2 from the line with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Martin had 3 points on a 3-point field goal, and the team had 8 rebounds for Johnson. We'll get to the East Hall stats in just a moment. Back to action here. Jacobs launches one. Nope, won't go. Run down by Hayes. Hayes gives it back over to Higgins.
Johnson gone to a man-to-man. Excuse me, East Hall, that is.
Run down by Odell. Odell gives it off. Kind of trying to trap him in the corner. Higgins gets it back to Stevens. Scott Riley also in the ball game for the Knights of Johnson. Odell turns, no. And the rebound is by Mintz.
Jowers wasn't looking, but he gets it anyway. And then controlled by number 15, Lamar Hayes. Jowers just wasn't looking and still nearly came up with it before Hayes takes command.
Stevens launches one, won't go. Gets his own rebound, tries to put it back up, but travels.
And thanks to big Troy Jowers, because you're not going to get around him if you meet him head-to-head.
East Hall in the first quarter, 9 of 14 from the field, 63%. They were 0 for 4 from the line. They had 4 rebounds. Banks had 7 points, 3 rebounds. Carpenter with 6 points and 2 assists.
Yeah, I believe that East Hall was 1 for 4 from the foul line.
1 for 4. All right, instead of 0, they got 1. Now we go back the other way. 20-13. These teams have swapped sides a pretty good bit, and now another turnover as Stevens can't handle the pass. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the first half, and it is 20-13 in favor of East Hall. The Vikings have led all the way. Carpenter gives it over to Malone. Malone back out to Carpenter. To Jacobs. Jacobs to Carpenter.
Johnson staying in that zone defense. Nice block by Lamar Hayes.
Carpenter launches one. Yeah. Only a 2. But it's 22-13. But it was a long 2, Larry. It was about 18 feet 6 inches.
When that kid posts up, not only is he a leader out there and directs traffic extremely well, when he posts up, he's extremely effective. Already has 8 points for East Hall.
A drive at the other end by Scott Riley. But a foul is called. You know what? Another thing about Carpenter is he was in a very, very bad automobile wreck. He's lucky to be alive, much less playing ball. But through some hard work and perseverance, he's back out on the basketball court. In fact, he was in an automobile wreck that killed his girlfriend. But he has come back from some very adverse situations. Now, Johnson with the ball. Shot put up by Stevens and knocks it way out of bounds. Tried to get his own rebound and knocked it way, way out of bounds. Johnson has also put in number 4, Mike Turner now, 5'6" junior, wears number 4. Both teams substituted rather heavily. Now Jacobs comes out for East Hall.
Johnson swarming on that defense.
Little trap there. Get it to Jowers. Jowers won't go, but the rebound, the follow through by Big Jerome Mintz, the 6'3" junior, is good, and a foul is called. The basket is good.
And they'll call that foul on Scott Riley. His first 16 foul.
Johnson, by the way, the mark of a young team, Larry. They've got 3 turnovers and 1 missed shot on their last 4 possessions. Foul shot by Mintz is no good. The rebound is controlled by East Hall as Javon Banks, 6'4" senior forward, number 52, in there battling. We got another foul here.
On Scott Riley, he picks up his second rather quickly. They may take him out.
So Riley, after going for a while without picking up any fouls, has now picked up 2 back-to-back. All right, Banks is on the line for a 2-shotter.
Makes his first one of the night.
How many points has he got now, Joe? 8 points, trying for his 9th of the game, 25-13. Make it 26-13. They've doubled the score again.
East Hall 3 for 7 on the free throw line.
On the drive by Turner, did he get kicked? Yep.
By Javon Banks. Picks up his first foul.
4 minutes, 37 seconds left to play, second quarter, 26-13 in favor of East Hall. The guys in the gold, the guys in the blue and the gray will bring it back the other way. Mike Turner on the dribble. Passing it around the perimeter now. Oh, hit the side of the backboard. Long rebound is controlled by Scott Riley.
And they call it on Jowers. Maybe bumped him and wouldn't let him get through with his knee. And they end up calling it on Nard Malone, his first foul tonight. 16 foul. One more and they'll be in the 1-and-1.
Johnson has scored no points here in the second quarter. East Hall, on the other hand, has had an 8-0 run for the last almost 4 minutes. Now, that's Crisp who finally breaks the drought. Jeff Crisp, and he's carrying them now, isn't he, Larry?
Points.
15-26, and out of that 15 points, Crisp has got 12. Carpenter drives. Man, how can he hit a shot like that? People are all over him, and he just put it up a little 5-6 footer in the lane as he drove. 28-15. He's got 10. He's in double figures already.
I'll tell you how he can do it. He's a tremendous heads-up player, and he knows what's going on that court at all times.
Crisp shoots it, won't go. Rebound by Martin. Odell with a shot. Yeah. 28-17.
His first of the night. And you want Odell to score. He's got to be a factor for Johnson.
Talked about Carpenter. Not only is he in double figures, Larry, he's 5 out of 6 from the field.
Well, you can tell he just directs traffic. He's a leader out there. No, I noticed him coming up just a few minutes ago. One of his players was out of line, out of the wrong zone. He pointed and said, hey, get back, let's do this. Set it up, went on down, they post him up, he gets a shot.
Blake Davis is now checked into the ball game, number 10 for the Johnson Knights. Carpenter, the other number 10, in the goal, handles it, puts it up. Oop, that one won't go. Rebound by Malone, it won't go. It fell through. Let's see what it trickled through. Yeah. You know, it looked like it was going. When I said it wasn't going, it was rounding all around the basket. It looked like it was about to fall out. And quick as I said it wasn't going to go, it fell through. So Malone gets it. Not only does he get it, he has a chance to convert the three-point play.
And that'll be on Blake Davis, his first foul. They're in the 1-and-1, but it wouldn't have mattered because he is active shooting anyway.
Hadži Jusufovich comes back in. I may just call him Adis from now on. Malone completes the three-point play, 31-17. Now, Blake Davis loses a handle on the ball, but he looked and said, I was hit from behind. How can I not be fouled? The largest lead of the game, it's bumped to 14 now, 31-17. Girls' game was a double-figure game for a long time. And now Banks on the run and jump makes it 33-17, a 16-point game. Johnson has turned the ball over 9 times, by the way. Knock it out of bounds, and it maintains in the Johnson hands. Casey Martin to toss it in as Kidd checks back in.
Well, Carpenter and Banks are battling for the leading position. Carpenter has 10, Banks has 11.
Long shot by Martin won't go, and so it is Big Jowers running it down in the far corner.
What a pass!
Yep. Nice dish off from Carpenter over to Malone.
Who made that basket? Who made that basket?
Then back to the big guy, number 50, Hadži Jusufovich.
And his first points of the night.
35-17. I wonder if Seth Vining is playing him to give me fits up here. Probably not. 35-17. East Hall. Johnson back to the line, it looks like now.
I tell you something to keep an eye on, and I'm going to tell my statistician to keep an eye on it. Watch for Carpenter in triple doubles tonight. He is well on pace for it. Or he has 3 assists in the ball game also.
Hadži Jusufovich with the rebound. Free throw won't fall. 35-17. They go the other way. A minute 57 left to play here. First half. Odell to toss it in. East Hall has only 4 turnovers in the whole first half. Not too bad. Martin throws it across to Riley. Riley and company get it back. They get it in low to Crisp. Won't go.
They'll call that on Chris Carpenter, his first foul.
And then Carpenter helps up Jeff Crisp.
And I believe they're in the 1-and-1. 17 foul.
Carpenter, 10 points, but he has no rebounds yet. He does have 3 assists. But now Crisp, and he's been carrying this Johnson team right now.
He's 3 for 4 from the foul line.
Make it 4 out of 5. Now he's got 13 points on the night.
Higgins in, Davis out.
Crisp for number 2, front of the rim. Carpenter gets it. There's his first rebound of the night, guys. To Kidd. Up. Yeah, that was a block. They got it into Jowers, and
I think they're going to call it on Brooks.
Brooks McFarland just smacked him. Yeah, that was a pretty legit foul right there.
And they're in the 1-and-1 also.
So Jowers goes to the line.
First attempt from the line.
Yep. None for none so far. With 99 seconds left in the first half. And he's now 0 for 2. 0 for 1, rather. They run it down in the corner, and they say it goes the way of the guys in gold.
They say it came off Brooks McFarland's leg. Or knee, actually. For 3, yes!
Yep. Carpenter for 3 points. 38-18. The lead is now 20. His first three-pointer of the night. Higgins gets it over to Martin, back to Higgins, to McFarland, to Crisp. Crisp will shoot it. No.
They're not. Johnson's just not getting the offensive boards, and that is really hurting him.
Odson's Yusufovic with the rebound, and they get it over to Mike Turner. Rather, Eric Millage at the other end with exactly a minute left to play. Millage gives them their 40th point.
And his first point of the night.
Number 4. McFarland will drive the paint. No. Foul and a 1-and-1.
And that's going to be on Itis. His first foul.
McFarland goes to the line. Adis Hadziyusufovic. Hadzijusufovic. McFarland is good on the first one. It's 40-19. He can cut the lead in half with this shot. But it's still a 20-point game. And it is a 20-point game. 40-20. East Hall is 8 out of 13 in the second quarter from the field. 17-27 for the game. So the Vikings shooting a pretty good percentage. Jowers.
Can't buy it.
Won't go. Rims and comes out. Crisp on the rebound. Crisp has 6 rebounds, Jeff Hart tells me. Out of the pack is Millage. Millage, long pass, try to get it to Kidd. It's going to be intercepted by Higgins.
21 seconds. They'll probably play for the last shot.
Pete Young came up with it. Pete Young, 25 in the ball game for Johnson now. Higgins for 3. No. And a foul is called with 9 seconds left to play.
It's going to be on Jowers, his first foul.
40-20 is the ball game.
Johnson is 6 straight from the free throw line. McFarland 2 out of 2. Second trip to the line.
Johnson started only 1 senior tonight. That's Odell. McFarland puts it through, 40-21. McFarland stays perfect. He's 5 for 7 from the line, 22-40. Was that the team, 5 for 7? Team is 5 out of 7.
He's 4 for 4.
He's 4 for 4. And that's the way the first half is going to end, not with a bang, but a whimper. As McFarland cuts the lead to 18. That's where we stand at halftime. We'll be back with the second half festivities in just a few moments. We take these timeouts. Your score at a halftime is East Hall 40 and the Johnson boys 22.
Hollywood's Paramount Studios, and on Soundstage 5, the bridge set from Star Trek VI is being readied for a United States Postal Service press conference, introducing the new space exploration postage stamps.
10 stamps depicting the 9 planets of our solar system, plus Earth's moon, will be issued to commemorate the exploration of space. These stamps, as you'll soon see, make a colorful and dramatic statement about our capacity to push back the limits of our world.
Also attending the press conference is Leonard Nimoy, featured on this year's Stamp Collecting Month poster.
Remembering that I, in fact, was a stamp collector. Now, here we are today talking about stamps honoring the exploration of other worlds, and to be connected with it as a result of being part of the Star Trek family is a great honor for me.
The United States Postal Service commemorates space exploration with these 10 stamps at your post office now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Larry Lynn back with you at the Johnson High School Gymnasium, starting now the second half. And while we're starting, before the game, I'll go ahead and go over some of the big key factors of the ball game. Johnson, from the field goal, shot 7 for 17, 41%. 2 out of 7 in the second quarter for 29%. Free throws, they shot an 88%, 7 out of 8. Not bad. Then you've got 5 out of 6 in the second quarter, which was, again, not bad. Your leading scorer for Johnson was Chris with 13 points and 6 rebounds. McFarland with 4 points and a rebound. Johnson had 10 turnovers and only 1 rebound in the second quarter. A big factor for Johnson. They need to crash those boards and get some rebounds to make this contest something that to come out and do the ball game that they're looking to play, the style that they're looking for. East Hall, on the other hand, 17 out of 28 field goal percentage, 61%. 8 for 14 in the second quarter, 58%. 4 out of 9 from free throws, a 45%. And the big factor, as I was saying, is 12 rebounds. Carpenter, 13 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. 10 different scores for East Hall.
All right. And East Hall gets off to a fine start here with Jerome Mintz scoring the first field goal of the second half. Gary Glenn, Larry Lynn, Jeff Hart with you. Randy Nichols doing the filming. And Johnson's Higgins comes back and answers the 2 with 2 of his own. Numbers in reverse, as Phil Schaefer used to say, 42-24. Yeah, his first points of the night, by the way. Carpenter to Robinson. Robinson to Jacobs. Jacobs goes up with it, but he's going to be hit.
Brooks McFarland's second foul, first team foul here in the early going of the second half.
So Daniel Jacobs goes to the line.
It'll be his first time from the foul line tonight. And he's good, 1 for 1.
43-24. Just underway second half. 7:12 showing on the clock. Make it 44-24. The lead is back to 20. 4 points for that young man. McFarland drives, puts it up, scores. The basket will count, and he's fouled.
And they're going to call that on Jerome Mintz, his first foul. First team foul. McFarland to try for the 3.
Swap of sides a little bit, changing around the lineup. McFarland's first field goal.
He's perfect from the foul line, and he stays perfect. 5 for 5.
44-27. 7 minutes to play here, third quarter. East Hall with the ball and the lead. Jacobs faked like he wanted to shoot and passes it way across the zone to Carpenter. They get it into Mintz. Mintz can't make it go down. Fought for him. Mintz gets it back. Crisp hammers him. Powers it back down into him, and Robinson came up with it, and finally a foul is called.
And they'll call that on Darrell Higgins, his second foul of the night. Second team foul.
Have you ever noticed if anything is even closely remote to being a light-colored uniform, the officials call it white? Robinson misses on the first one. If that's white, then people need to seriously consider changing their detergent, Larry. That's kind of a gray. Robinson is good on number 2.
He's 1 for 2 from the foul line.
45-27. Higgins gives it over. Now they get it back down to McFarland.
And Johnson's gone from his own to a man-to-man.
They get it down low. Robinson scooped it up and then turned it right back over. Crisp from about 12. 45-29. Johnson trying to climb their way back into this thing, but they got a hill to climb.
Crisp has 12 points on the night for Johnson.
Jower shoots, no good. They're rolling around on the floor. Higgins was down there fighting for the ball, and I think somebody from East Hall must have hit it out of bounds.
Troy Kidd just in for Jerome Mintz.
Nice pass from Higgins to Odell. Odell for the 2, but give the assist to Higgins.
I'll say it again, Odell needs to become a factor. He needs to get inside. He needs to score some points for Johnson.
Seth Vining takes the timeout because he doesn't like the way things are going. They've seen the 20-point lead shrink to only 14. By the way, here in the third, East Hall is 3 out of 4 from the line. Johnson is 4 out of 4 from the field. East Hall is 0 for 3 from the field in the third. Johnson on a 9-to-5 point run, so that's the reason that Seth Vining took that timeout. We'll take timeout too. Back in just a few moments. Your score with 5:41 to play in the third. East Hall 45 and Johnson 31.
Hello, I'm Warren Banks, and I want to show you some special features of Memorial Park Funeral Home. Notice the nice double-wide drives for easy entrance and exit. We've provided a large covered portico for easy loading and unloading in bad weather. And ladies, concrete parking for 110 cars. And at night, this lot is as bright as day. Memorial Park Funeral Home, where your comfort and convenience always comes first.
Sessions presents Oh Holy Night, a new and unique Christmas album containing 50 inspirational hymns and carols.
This is Christ the King. Come, all ye faithful.
This moving 4-record collection will enhance your Christmas celebrations for many years to come.
Do you hear what I hear? Hark now, hear the angels sing.
Oh Holy Night features many of the world's greatest recording artists. 4 records or 2 cassette tapes, only $19.95. 2 compact discs, just $24.95. Here's how to order.
Credit card and COD customers call toll-free 1-800-336-2100 or save COD fees by sending $19.95 for 4 records or 2 cassettes or $24.95 for 2 compact discs plus $404 shipping and handling to Oh Holy Night, P.O. Box 3000-GM, Colorado Springs, Colorado 80934.
Gary Glenn, Larry Lynn. Statistician tonight is Jeff Hart. Randy Nichols operating the camera. Up top, we are at the, I said the dungeon earlier, but they call that the football field, don't they, over here at Johnson? They call this the night court. Okay. Chris Carpenter pulls up, no. Rebound by Kidd. From behind, he's stripped of the ball by Higgins. East Hall is yet to convert a field goal here in the third quarter. Carpenter slaps it. People go in motion. Jacobs launches one, won't go, gets his own rebound, gives it to Robinson. Robinson, nice spin move from about 8. 47-31. East Hall finally cracked the ice in the third. They're 1 for 7 from the field. But now look at Crisp come back and answer the 2 with 2 points of their own, 33-47.
He has 14. The leading score for Johnson, and actually keeping Johnson in the ball game.
Jacobs for 3. Or was it just a long 2? No, he stepped just inside the line, Larry. He shot it from about 18. Or about 18-10, it looked like. It was close to 19. Working it around the perimeter now. From the corner is Martin, won't go. Odell with a rebound.
Going to be a foul on Troy Jowers. That's who they'll call it on, and that's going to be Troy's second foul. Only the second team foul, however.
All right, Odell to the line. He's not been there tonight. So now he's 0 for 1. 16-point ball game, 33-49. East Hall on the good side of that score. Make it 34-49. Johnson trails by 15. Working it around the outside again. Robinson back to Kidd. Over to Lott. Now Kidd will take it. Nope. Off the glass. Odell with a rebound. Higgins.
Going to a zone.
Call it.
Zone.
McFarland to Higgins. Won't go. Jowers gets it down. Nice give and go between Jacobs and Kidd. Kidd is hammered from behind. No doubt about that foul.
And that's going to be on Brooks McFarland, his third foul.
Dodge Caravan, Woodgrain Siding, the license number AMX556. Would you please come over here to the scorer's table?
Hadzi comes back in. Hadzi Jususovic. Hadzi Jususovic. There we go.
Kidd is 2 for 5 from the free throw line with that shot.
It's 50-34. The lead is back to 16.
Make that 3 for 6.
51-34. East Hall. He's not hit from the field tonight, but he's hit from the line.
Yes, I think they're going to call that on Otis for the foul. That'll be his second if it is. And that's who they'll call it on.
Hadzi Jusufovic, 6'3", junior center, number 50. They get it into Odell. Odell off the glass. Yes. He's fouled.
And I believe they're going to call that on Otis again for his third quick foul, and they'll probably bring him out.
That's right. The basket was good. So Odell goes to the line with a chance to convert a three-point play.
In comes Jerome Mintz, and also Javon Banks is in.
Odell has 7 points on the night. He's 3 out of 4 from the field, 1 out of 2 from the line. He completes the three-point basket. So now he's 2 out of 3 from the line, and it's 37-51. The lead's been cut to 14.
And Odell is beginning to heat up a little bit, and that's what he needs.
Long shot won't fall for East Hall. So here comes Johnson the other way. Lott attempted a long one. Just wouldn't go down. So Lott guards McFarland. Over to Higgins. Just misses off the glass.
2 Johnson players down.
Lott on the break. Yeah. Nice little scoop layup there. 53-37. We're inside of 3 minutes to play third quarter. Working it around. Higgins holds in the corner. Crisp loses it. Banks comes up with it over to Lott. Pulls up. No. Rebound by Higgins to Odell. Back to Higgins. East Hall now has turned the ball over 7 times. Johnson has turned it over 11. McFarland. Back over to Martin. Back to Higgins. In the paint to Odell. Dishes it off. McFarland won't go. And the rebound is by Big Mintz of East Hall. 53-37 inside of 2 minutes to play now in the third quarter. East Hall with the lead. And a big lead right now. And Javon Banks adds to that big lead. 55-37. They bumped the lead back out there.
And Johnson's rotating from a man-to-man to a zone. They were just in a zone there.
97 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
That'll be called on Daniel Jacobs, his second foul for East Hall, 4th team foul.
Some substitutions. Now Carpenter getting ready to check back in, along with Turner. So Jacobs comes out, along with Lott. Into McFarland and Crisp. No. All the gold shirts there. Somebody had to come down with it for East Hall, and Jerome Mintz did, and he gives it off to Carpenter. Minute 27 and the clock rolls here, third quarter. 18-point lead for East Hall. Shot won't go, and the rebound, a long one. 1-on-2, and McFarland pulls up, won't go. Mintz on the rebound. We're about to hit the minute mark here at the third quarter. Crisp has only missed one shot this half. Wow. Let him shoot more off. Inside of a minute to play. He's 2 out of 3 this half. Carpenter drives and is hit.
They're going to call that on Casey Martin, his first foul, fourth team foul for Johnson.
Will that put him in the bonus? Looks like.
I think they've only got 14 fouls.
She was asking. She wasn't signaling. She was asking if it was a bonus. Nard Malone. Back over to Millage. To Carpenter. Carpenter with the ball. In the corner to Millage. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter to Millage. Millage will shoot. Nope. Rebound is by Mintz. Over to Malone. To Carpenter. Mintz really never had control of it. Malone just kind of took it away from him. We got a, was that a 3-second violation? Goes the other way. 26 seconds left to play here. Third quarter, 55-37. East Hall. The Vikings have never trailed in this game. Have led from the get-go. And at one time the lead was 20 or more. And now it's still 18. And here come the gold shirts. Pretty good heads-up play by Higgins to stick his hand out there. I think the Vikings will still retain possession. But that was a 2-on-1 break there, and it could have been points instead of just slapping it out of bounds. Seth Vining calls out the play from the side. Chris Carpenter signals it, and they're ready to get ready to go. 14-13. 10 seconds left. Millage over to Carpenter. Carpenter for three. No. Long rebound run down by Stevens in the corner. 3, 2, 1. Long shot off the glass at the buzzer. Desperation shot. It won't go. Well, we've got 8 minutes of basketball left to play, and we'll be back with that in just a moment. Coming to you from Johnson High School tonight, where the score is East Hall 55, Johnson 37.
Have you always wanted to play guitar but never got around to enrolling in a class? Well, now you can learn to play guitar in the comfort of your own home. Tune in to WNGM TV 34 each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. for Larry Daniels guitar class. Learn to read music, tablature, and learn chords and chord progressions.
Hi, I'm Larry Daniel. Hope you've enjoyed my guitar class on TV 34. If you missed some of the first few shows or just want to review, check your local listing for our repeat shows. And if you haven't gotten a book yet, here's how to order.
Books may be purchased at Larry Daniels Music Store or order by phone or mail.
To order your guitar class book, please send $7 plus $3 shipping and handling to Larry Daniel Music Company, 1711 Brownsbridge Road, Gainesville, Georgia, 30501, or call area code 404-536-4546.
Ready to start the fourth quarter here from Knight Court, Johnson High School. Both teams went cold there at the end of the third quarter, guys. And lead has been stuck at 18, 55-37 for quite some time. Johnson starts the fourth quarter off with the possession of the basketball. Millage, rather Turner, puts it up and off, and it won't go, and Jowers on the rebound. Mike Turner, number 4 for Johnson, guarding Chris Carpenter, number 10. Jacobs looks, Carpenter to Robinson. Robinson shoots just inside the three-point line. Bodies all over the floor. Everybody gets tied up, including Crisp and Jacobs and Big Adis, Hadžijusufovic. One of these days I'll get that to roll trippingly off my tongue. Right, and then we'll sell you some swampland down around South Georgia, won't we, Larry? Carpenter to toss it in. Way across everybody to Jacobs. Back to Big Otis, puts it on the floor and travels. Mike Turner brings it up for the Knights. Turner on the dribble. Back over to Stevens. Working it around now.
East Hall still in that zone.
Stevens will shoot, yes, from about 15. 55-39. First points anybody has scored in quite some time.
And his first points period tonight.
Johnson picks up full court. Carpenter to Robinson, back to Carpenter. Back to Robinson. Chris points out the play. Gets it to Jacobs. Jacobs drives, pulls up, shoots it from about 12. Nope, won't go. Big Otis puts it back up. 57-39.
I really do like Otis' inside work. He does really well inside off the offensive board.
He's a big guy. Turner holds it. Over to Riley. Riley to Stevens. Back to Turner. Turner at the foul line. Yeah! 43-57.
His first points of the night for Johnson.
The lead is cut to 14. East Hall has never allowed them to get in closer than 14 points for quite some time. Jowers is going to walk. Ooh. Well, we saw this in the girls' game, guys. You know, we saw a domination in the early going by Johnson. East Hall scrapped back in, and finally East Hall took control of the game. Well, it's been dominated by East Hall in the boys' game. Johnson trying to scrap back. Third quarter stats for you. East Hall was 5 of 13 from the field, 38% for the game. They're shooting 22 of 41, 53%. 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the third, 9 of 15 for the game, 60%. That's East Hall. Johnson, 6 of 9 from the field, 67%. They were 13 and 26 for the game. That's 50. 2 of 4 from the line, which is 50%. And that shot is good by Odell. Johnson is 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the third, 9 of 12 from the game, 75%. Percentages are not really all that bad out of line, but East Hall has just taken a lot more shots than Johnson. And they've converted more.
Johnson really beginning to pick up their pace, realizing they've got to make something happen to get back in this ball game.
East Hall has 11 turnovers, 3 in the fourth quarter. Push.
They're going to call it on Troy Jowers. Odell and Jowers had, or I should say Jowers had a few words with Odell. Troy felt like he was on his back, and they give the foul to Troy.
All right. Here comes Riley. Passes it off to Stevens. Over to Riley. Got a call down low. A lane violation.
No, I believe it's going to be a foul.
Is it a foul away from the, yeah.
And they're going to call it on number 12, Troy Kidd, for his second. Foul away from the ball.
You thought about Odell being a factor here, Larry. He's got 10 points overall, but he's got 8 of those in the second half.
Now, I believe that they're in the 1-and-1, the bonus. I've got 7 fouls.
All right. The free throw is good, and we got another, what do we got, a foul somewhere else?
I'm trying to make out who's on the line for Johnson. I believe it's going to be...
It looks like Mark Bradley, number 21. So I thought it was. He hadn't seen much action tonight.
He sure hasn't. Picks up his first foul. I think what they're going to do here also this timeout is to calm a few players down. Little tempers begin to flare out there. Troy is saying that people bumping and knocking him around, and he went up to the official and said, listen, ref, I've been pushed and bumped around. So they're trying to settle everything down out there. Not a bad time for a timeout to get the tempers under control.
57-44. Johnson doing their best to scrap back into this thing, but the lead is still 13, but there's a lot of time left, 5:05 left to play in the game. Hope you're enjoying all the high school basketball right here on TV 34, just like we presented a whole lot of high school football to you. Of course, some people are still playing football too, aren't they, Larry?
They sure are, but the teams that I was looking at, as far as Valdosta and Clark Central, to maybe match up again, are both out of it.
Interesting matchups coming up this weekend. They said that LaGrange-Valdosta football game was something to see. Johnson right now has had a 7-2 run here in the fourth quarter over the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
Now, was they a technical foul called? Is that what happened?
Must have been. The technical foul down on when all that scrapping happened down there. That's what it was, and it counts toward the technical foul on the second foul shot, Jeff Hart says, and now they're going to shoot two. And that's Stevens at the line now. He was fouled down over here. And Stevens on the 1-and-1 can't convert. So it stays 57-44. Long pass to Robinson. Boy, and he's smacked.
The foul's going to be on Bradley, too, to prevent him from going up with a shot.
Well, he prevented a sure two, but he put him at the line for a two-shot foul. So here comes Joey Robinson to the line with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left to play. He's 1 out of 2 there for tonight.
That's correct.
Make it 2 out of 3, and the lead is back to 14, 58-44. Three out of 4. He's 75%er from the line tonight. 59-44 is the score. And the clock rolls at 4:55. Turner to Stevens. Stevens back to Riley. Turner in the corner to Stevens. Back to Turner. Turner will shoot for 3. Won't go. Robinson gets it off to Carpenter. Chris is good on the layup. 61-44 with 4.5 minutes left to play in the game. Stevens, yeah, just inside the free throw line. By the way, that last layup was Carpenter's first points here in the second half. Jacobs with the ball. Getting close to the 4-minute mark. To Carpenter. Drives. I don't know what Chris was trying to do on that, if he's trying to dish off inside the Mintz or just hoping to pick up the foul, and well, he indeed did pick up the foul.
Mike Turner on that foul, his first.
61-46. They did not call it a shooting foul, so the Vikings will simply have it out of bounds. 3:59 left to play in the game, and East Hall with a 15-point lead. To Robinson, to Banks. Back to Jacobs, won't go. Long rebound by Chris. Gives it off to Riley. Brooks McFarland to Riley. Riley for 3. Yeah.
Yes.
49-61. His first three-pointer of the night.
His first points of the night.
Bounce pass to Robinson. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter pulls up the free throw line from about 15.5. 63-49. Carpenter sees the floor very well, doesn't he, gentlemen? He really sees the floor good. There's a foul.
That'll be on Javon Banks, his second. I'll tell you what, if NGM 34, WNGM TV 34 had a most valuable player, I think you'd have to consider Chris Carpenter. He's been really I'm just very impressed by the way that, like you say, sees the ball real well. He's also a leader, just a very good heads-up ball player.
McFarland knocks it down. Is he still perfect from the line?
He's perfect, 6 for 6. And, you know, I like to see a good free throw shooter. It's really good to see someone that can really hit. I should have said that, though, should have.
No. See, every time you do that, you put the kiss of death on them. Whistle goes. The lead is 13. That's the smallest it's been since the second quarter.
They say lane violation. He may get his shot over again, so he may get it.
Technically, he might still be perfect. Nope, that was an air ball. Just nicked the bottom of the net.
Yes, I should never have said. I should have waited till after he had shot and then made the comment.
Long pass to Carpenter, but everybody for Johnson rushed down there. The pass took a while to get there. Hit it for the 3-minute mark. Throws it into Riley. Riley will try to get it over to Stevens, and Stevens can't stop in time and runs out of bounds. Turnover. Wow. Another turnover. Riley over to Crisp. Odell was there under the basket.
They may call that on Jacobs. Let me see, because he was underneath and came up. I believe they're going to call it on Jacobs, and that's who they'll call it on.
East Hall and Johnson now both have committed 14 turnovers. 50-63. East Hall on the high side of that score. But here will be Odell at the free throw line. He's good.
He's 3 for 4.
51-63. The lead is 12. Smallest that lead has been in a while. Make it 11-point lead, 52-63.
Johnson needs to hold them here and come back for a quick basket. But Carpenter, the playmaker, and he traveled and he knew it. Looked up. You don't need that.
They could cut this lead to single digits. East Hall has now had 10 turnovers this half. They had only 4 the whole first half.
But you come back with 1.
2 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the basketball game. The lead is 11 for East Hall. Gets it in Carpenter's hands.
See there, the playmaker, he says, hey, just everybody get up, Cord. I'll take care of it and bring it up. Now they'll just settle it down, run some time off the clock. I knew East Hall would be hard to beat if they ever really got out by pretty good ways.
Well, there is no shot clock in high school, Larry, so East Hall can afford to take all the time they want to. Carpenter, by the way, has not been to the line tonight. That's surprising.
Well, they're going to call that foul on Riley. That'll be his 3rd, and Carpenter will come to the line now, first time. There have been 8 men on the line for East Hall tonight. Only 5 for Johnson.
Carpenter, as you might expect from a guy who has a pretty good shooting touch from the outside, has a good one from the line as well. 64-52. He's got 18 points. Going for his 19th right here. Nope, roll around. McFarland with a rebound. McFarland drives, take it all the way, coast to coast, won't go. Tipped by Crisp is good. Crisp gets the offensive board and the points. The lead is 10.
And if you look for a most valuable player on Johnson, you got to look at Crisp. He's come in and played himself a really good ball game.
East Hall will run some clock now, inside of 2 minutes to play. Crisp has 19 points, by the way. He and Carpenter both with 19.
And that's what they'll do. And when you got a 10-point lead, that's all you need to do.
Carpenter will drive. If they give him that kind of shot, he'll take it. And he's fouled.
They're going to call that on Odell.
Carpenter with a chance to complete this version of a 3-point play. He's bumped the lead back to 12, 66-54. He's shooting great from the field, Larry. He's 9 out of 13. Now he's 2 out of 3 from the line. 67-54. And we're getting ready to hit the 92nd mark in the game. Stevens loses it and traveled, and he knew it too. 89 seconds now left to play in the game.
East Hall has stayed in that zone defense all night long. That's all they needed to do. On the other hand, Johnson, they rotated from man to man to zone, trying to figure out a way to beat East Hall. When they came back with a zone, East Hall was beating them with the passes inside, outside shots, and went man to man. and East Hall just able to utilize the picks when they went to their man-to-man. So the crowd gives Carpenter a hand as he comes out.
We are sitting on the visitor's side, by the way. Jeff Hart over here doing his Don Meredith impressions. Kidd on the dribble. Oops, gives it over to Mintz. Mintz can't handle it. I don't know if Mintz expected that ball to come to him.
I don't believe he did. He cut inside, and then the ball was thrown as he cut. And I believe you're correct on that call.
A minute 15, 14, 13.
Well, if it holds true here, East Hall is going to pick up their first win of the season, and Johnson will still be winless.
Long shot by Crisp, won't go, but it's going to be off of Odell. 1:01 left to play here in the game. 61 seconds. Ball comes into Lott. Lott on the drive, behind the back. Tries to feed it in to Robinson. It's stolen away. McFarland pulls up for three. Bounces up. No, won't go. Rebound by Lott. Lott is going to be fouled.
Yes, they're going to call that on Blake Davis, his second foul of the evening.
Not a whole lot of three-pointers been tried in this game, by the way. If you're thinking about three-pointers, Johnson is 2 out of 6. There's one. Odell, rebound by Crisp. Should be about his 21st point of the game as we head down to the 30-second mark. Lott on the drive. Dishes it off to Mintz, puts it on the floor. Never should have put it on the floor. He had an open lane. He should have just pulled up and shot it. 24 seconds. Now here I am coaching now. 67-56, 11-point ball game. Mintz will be at the line.
He's 0 for 1 from the line tonight.
24 seconds left to play. Ball game all but over. It's over. It's been over probably for a minute or two, Larry, but there's just some ticks left on the clock. Mintz misses the first one. Misses the second one. Crisp on the rebound. His stats ought to be pretty impressive tonight, guys.
No, you're not.
Long three-pointer attempted. No. Won't go. No. Lott on the drive. No. Fought for. Still won't go. Johnson's Blake Davis.
5 seconds left to go in the ball game.
In that battling, he was the guy that took that last three-pointer. I think Mintz must have tipped it. 4 seconds now left to play. Odell will throw it in. Throw it in, he does. To Martin. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Crisp will try it, and it's blocked. Blocked by Troy Kidd at the buzzer.
And how symbolic of that block. That's been the story of Johnson all night. Couldn't really get a lot of the shots off, and I think that's very symbolic of the way it will end.
All right, so East Hall with a sweep tonight. We'll be back with the totals and highlights in just a moment.
Let me tell you about Ahab, the Arab, the sheik of the burning sand.
Get the best of Ray Stevens, the two-record treasury of his greatest comedy and musical hits.
Oh, yes, they call him the street. It's me again, Margaret. Look at me. I'm as helpless as kitten love tree. Ow! Guitar Zan! He's a guitar man. Everything is beautiful.
Get the best of Ray Stevens. 2 records, 2 cassettes, or double play 8-track, only $12.95. Compact disc, only $17.95. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-626-3200. That's 1-800-626-3200. Or send $12.95 for 2 records or 2 cassettes, or $17.95 for compact disc, plus $2 postage and handling to Ray Stevens, P.O. Box 7137-A, Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
Larry Lynn back here at the Johnson High School Gymnasium night court, they call it, with some totals for you, as well as some highlights of the individual play. The Johnson boys made a run at them at the end, but it was too much East Hall as the Vikings never trailed in this game, and they wound up winning it by 11, 67-56. It was a sweep because the girls of East Hall earlier tonight overcame the Johnson lead and wound up winning by 3, 50-47. For the Johnson Knights, the home team now, they were 23 of 39 from the field. That's a total of 60% from the field. 13 of 19 from the free throw line for 68%. Both of those not exactly bad totals, especially the shooting from the field, but they only took 39 shots. They hit 23 of those. They were 2 out of 7 for the three-point range and 19 rebounds overall. The leaders for Johnson individually, Jeff Crisp with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Greg Odell with 12 points and 5 rebounds. Johnson had 16 turnovers on the night. Now, East Hall, look, here's the difference in the ball game. They were 26 of 50 from the field. They took a whole lot more shots, and they hit those, 52% there. They were 13 of 22 from the free throw line, so only 2 more free throws, and they hit the exact same number, 59% of that. They were 1 out of 3 from three-point field goal range. That's 33% there. Had 15 turnovers, but here another key, 26 rebounds. East Hall wins the battle of the boards, and they wind up winning it by 11. Chris Carpenter led the way for the Vikings of East Hall with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Javon Banks with 13 points and 5 rebounds overall. So all in all, Larry, a sweep tonight for the Vikings of East Hall.
Actually, a good game. Something that really impressed me with the Chris Carpenter kid for East Hall, as well as the Crisp kid for Johnson. 2 good, well-balanced ball players, and I think the fans in TV land saw really a good battle just between these 2 gentlemen, and you're going to be seeing more throughout the year. And I actually, even the score was a little one-sided, you still saw a good ball game, and that Crisp and Carpenter are 2 kids to keep your eyes on.
Well, I tell you what, the Johnson coach Ken Martin told us earlier, you know, his was a young team and they'll get better as the season goes along. Well, that's the story here from Johnson. 50-47 East Hall in the girls and 67-56 East Hall in the boys. For Larry Lynn, as well as our statistician Jeff Hart and our cameraman Randy Nichols, I'm Gary Glenn saying we'll see you here at this time next week. So long, everybody.